In less than 48 hours, Nigeria will be 60. President Buhari earlier unveiled the Nigeria at 60 logo with the theme, Together at 60. There are concerns about Nigeria's journey so far with the recent increase in fuel price and electricity tariff, which has now been suspended for 2 weeks. Let's look at the way forward as Nigeria turns 60. Joining me to discuss this is a former presidential candidate, Professor Oluremi Sonaya. Good to have you join us, Professor Sonaya. Now, we know that in 1960, Nigeria declared independence, and there was a national dream on that particular day. But it looks like, from what people say, that it's been a far cry from that dream. What do you think are the major challenges to bringing that dream to reality?
Thank you very much. I think that where we went wrong was the incursion of the military into governance. We were not given the chance to pursue the federal system that had been negotiated, independence, and that had started. It is true that the majority of Nigerians, since young people, they don't know the big and promising beginning. I remember my childhood in the Western region then. I could not have imagined that this would be where we would find ourselves, given the way in which we started then. But I am very hopeful that Nigeria will be able to turn around, but that will require boldness, courage to take the decisions that we need to take as a nation. We cannot continue in this trajectory. It simply will not lead us anywhere. The odds against us, we are just multiplying them by ourselves.
All right, Professor Sonaya, if I may just jump in here, because you said something about having the boldness to take certain decisions. But a lot of people are really now some of the decisions that we need to take. Some say that, look, we need to devolve power to the states. Others say we need an electoral offense commission. I mean, there are a lot of things being said, constitutional amendment. But for you, what do you think is the one policy that we can make at this moment that will turn the fortunes of the country around?
Well, I'm not sure that there's one single bullet, that will fix everything. Of course, good leadership would be that single bullet if there ever were any. Having a visionary, selfless, inspiring, competent leadership, that would be the silver bullet. Otherwise, it's a lot of things that we need to do together. The Constitution is not working. It's not the right kind of Constitution. We are functioning with instruments like the Constitution, like the Electoral Act, that are fundamentally flawed, and we need to fix them. But also the impunity, the lack of accountability on the part of those whom we have elected into positions. So it's a lot of things, the provision of infrastructure, the institutionalized corruption, which I define in very, very broad terms, because for me, corruption is also, when you are not held accountable, when there is a federal structure that says you have a right to be represented, but you are not also empowering your people, you are not developing your human capital. That is a corrupt system, not depending on merit. Some states have been educationally so-called disadvantaged for so long. What is responsible for that? So I am saying that there are many things that have to be taken together. Education, so many kids on the streets, not in school, all of that. So it's not a one-pronged thing.
All right, so let's talk about corruption, because you just mentioned that. And we're hearing this morning about the 2.67 billion naira scam when it, from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs that has to do with the social development program. And that is being investigated at this moment. How do we fix the issue of corruption? Because that is a recurring decimal every time we have this conversation of national unity and development.
The matter of corruption is such a hydra-headed monster in the country. And the fact of the matter is that nobody is really made to pay for their corrupt practices. You have these cases of investigations. I've lost count, honestly, of all the investigations that are going on. And you have them, they go on for years and years. And at the end, what happens? Most people walk away free. And because they know that, they are willing to take the risk to be corrupt, to take things that do not belong to them. So I believe that, first and foremost, justice in terms of dealing with corruption must be swift.
All right.
You cannot go on forever and expect things.
All right. I wish we can. We have enough time for this conversation, but we have many more days to talk about this as Nigeria turns 60. Former presidential candidate, Professor Oluremi Sonaya, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much. And I do wish Nigerians a happy anniversary all the same. Thank you.
Thank you.